Today we will study about chain lengthening of aldoses. This is Kiliani-Fisher synthesis. The carbon chain of an aldose can be lengthened by one carbon atom by Kiliani-Fisher synthesis. See, this is the synthesis by which we can increase a carbon in the chain of aldose. Tetrose can be converted into pentose and pentose can be converted into hexose. As we see from these points that 4 carbon sugar can be converted into a 5 carbon sugar, or a 5 carbon sugar can be converted into a 6 carbon sugar. Kiliani-Fisher synthesis involves 3 major steps, out of which the step 1 is cyanohydrin formation. That is, we react the carbonyl compound with HCN to get cyanohydrin. The addition of HCN to carbonyl group of aldose creates new asymmetric center with the formation of two epimeric cyanohydrins. Two epimeric cyanohydrins differ in configuration at C2. See what is happening, it is undergoing a nucleophilic addition on carbonyl group of aldose. The CN negative nucleophile is attacking on the carbonyl carbon, which is the site of low electron density, whereas we are developing an OH group on that carbon. In this way, we are creating a new asymmetric center from the starting aldose. In this way, we get two epimers. What are these epimers? See, epimers are the compounds which have difference in configuration at C2. Like glucose and mannose, they are epimers having difference in configuration on C2. Then the step 2 is reduction of cyanohydrin to imines. The cyanohydrins which are being formed in step 1, they are reduced to imines. Two epimeric cyanohydrins are reduced to imines by using poisoned palladium on barium sulfate. See, if we take only palladium and hydrogen, what will happen? The cyanohydral will be reduced to amine, and we do not want amines as reduction product. We have to stop the step to imine, then it is being poisoned with barium sulfate. That's why palladium poisoned with barium sulfate is taken for reduction of the two epimeric cyanohydrins to get imines. See, this is the reaction where we have starting with D-arabinose. D-arabinose on reaction with HCN. See what is happening. There is a carbonyl group which on polarization will develop positive charge on carbon and negative on oxygen, because oxygen is more electronegative. So the shared pair of electron goes towards oxygen, developing a positive charge on the carbonyl carbon. When we react it with HCN, so the nucleophilic part Cn negative will attack on the electron deficient carbon, and O negative will get H. In this way, a cyanohydrin is being formed. See, this was an sp2 hybridized carbon, but by nucleophilic addition of HCN, we are getting sp3 hybridized carbon on the carbonyl carbon. We are having a CN group, a OH group, and an H and a long chain. In the same way, when the OH is developing on the opposite side, in this way, new asymmetric centers are being formed on C2, where OH group is on right side on the one and the OH group is on the left side on the other. In this way, the C2 having different configuration is developing as epimers. On reduction with hydrogen in presence of palladium and barium sulfate, see, the barium sulfate is catalytic poison. Otherwise, what would have happened? The cyanide group would have been reduced to amine. We want to stop the reduction up to imine stage, so a catalytic poison barium sulfate has been taken. When the reduction is occurring in presence of hydrogen and palladium and barium sulfate, we are getting the imine class of compound, that is one H is added on the carbon and other on the nitrogen, and the triple bond is getting saturated to double bond. In this way, two epimeric imines are being formed. When they are hydrolyzed, on hydrolysis, we develop a CHO group here and NH converts into ammonia. In this way, we develop a D-glucose, and where the OH group is on the left side on the second carbon, it is being developed as D-mannose. In this way, on starting with D-arabinose, by Kiliani-Fisher chain lengthening process, we develop two epimers, that is glucose and mannose, having difference in configuration on C2. Initially, there was nucleophilic addition on the carbonyl carbon of the aldehyde group, where we developed two new asymmetric centers on C2, which are epimeric, having OH on the right side and on the left side. Then these cyanohydrins are reduced with hydrogen in presence of palladium and barium sulfate, where barium sulfate is catalytic poison, so that the cyanide may not reduce to amine, but it will stop up to the imine stage, and when the imine is hydrolyzed, it is converted into aldehyde group with the formation of two epimers, glucose and mannose. In this way, a 5 carbon sugar has been converted into a 6 carbon sugar. This is the chain lengthening. The last step was the hydrolysis of imines, as we have seen on the slide. The C1 of the starting sugar becomes C2 of the chain lengthened sugar, as we are developing a cyanide on the first carbon, which will convert into CHO group finally. So the C1 carbon of the sugar has now become the C2 carbon. Kiliani-Fisher synthesis provides a pair of C2 epimers, that is, the difference in configuration is on C2 carbon. In this way, by this synthesis method, we are developing a C2 epimers. These are not obtained in equal amounts. See, the amount of the two epimers may be different. It is useful both for determining the structure of existing sugar and for synthesizing new sugar. In this way, the chain has been lengthened from 5 carbon to 6 carbon by Kiliani-Fisher synthesis.